All right. Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining the quest. I am PS Quest, and this is Crypto Quest. So it looks like the narrative is continuing about the Layer 1 protocols gaining massive adoption and running up in price as a result. Today, we're seeing Ethereum up about, 12%, I think. The market's just closed and everything just reset on me, but if we look at Ethereum, I mean, wow, it's going crazy. It broke up past this wedge that I was talking about last time, and I said, hey, look, if it breaks up again through this wedge, third time's a charm. It broke up once, twice, 3 times on the 4 hour, and it sure did, and sure enough, it's been going up ever since. $3,800 right now. We could probably expect to all-time high Ethereum, I would imagine, probably by the next week, by the week's end. You know, they have the options expiring always at the end of the week, and this always in a bull market, which is, it seems that we're back in the bull market here, guys. I'm happy to say that. I've been looking forward to it. If in terms of altcoins, we're for sure in a bull market. In terms of Bitcoin, maybe not so much. But actually a little more on Bitcoin in a bit here, because I think that Bitcoin's going to have a pretty big run in a couple of days and a couple of hours maybe here. So looking at the Layer 1 protocols, Ethereum is back in business. And I think what's driving that, as usual, is NFT market. The NFT space has exploded like you wouldn't believe. I saw the numbers earlier about there's a few different metrics that are showing that that Ethereum is actually at an all-time low on exchanges. So what does that mean? It means people are staking it. It means people are wrapping it up into ETH 2.0. There's so much Ethereum right now that is off the market. And when a coin goes off the market, when it gets wrapped up in staking, that just means there's less circulating supply. And a less circulating supply means the price is way easier to go up because a couple of market buys, and guess what? The price is up a lot. So NFTs are the reason why Ethereum is running up. The reason why is because there's some news about NFTs. I had it up earlier, but basically it's CryptoPunks is going mainstream. Larva Labs, the creators of CryptoPunks, they're going mainstream with Hollywood now. So Hollywood's going to pick them up for TV shows, video games, etc., etc. And this is what's really driving the price of Ethereum up, which is what we love to see here on the Coin Quest. So yeah, NFTs are tying up Ethereum, because to buy an NFT, you have to buy it with Ethereum. And you don't want to sell your NFT, right? I mean, you don't want to just liquidate your NFT and then sell your Ethereum. That doesn't happen too often. I think a lot of the times an NFT is a really good way to really take the coin out of circulation, out of the circulating supply. So that's what we're seeing. Hype from the Hollywood news about CryptoPunks, hype from the EIP 1559 limiting the amount of inflation that Ethereum is currently under. So that's what's going on with Ethereum. But today I want to focus on a coin, one of my favorite projects here, Harmony One. So I'm looking at the 4-hour candles right now, and we are above the 200-day moving average. So when it broke out of this, when it broke the 200-day moving average, it's been above it for quite some time on the 4-hour. Let's take a look at the daily. Just a sec here. Let me set this up so we can take a look at the daily here. Here we go. That's what we want to see. Daily 200-day moving average. Yeah, we broke out of this wedge on the daily back on the 9th of August. And it's been testing the bottom of this. It's been testing. And I said on the third test, 1, 2, 3, we're going to see a massive explosion, which we did. I had entries here. I was looking actually to trade this because I didn't know how often it was going to do this. But after it broke through this wedge, I said, okay, I'm just in here. And I'm going to stay it until it hits 18 cents, 17 cents. So we do a Fib Retracement. That'll show from the bottom of the wedge to the, let's say, to the previous top here. We're looking at the 618 is showing 12 cents, yes. Potential here for, there's potential here for a 16 cent Harmony One in the next week or so. And the reason why is because there's a lot of adoption going on for Harmony One. Harmony One is a layer 1 blockchain solution with active state sharding. I've said many times on the channel, and I continue to say so because I love the project. So let's take a look. Harmony. Yeah, so check it out. There's 10 billion won in circulating supply right now. It's almost fully diluted. The market cap is so low at 1.3 billion. It has such a ways to go that it's just an incredible project. So taking a look at what they call themselves, they are an open platform for assets, collectibles, identity governance. It's an open and fast blockchain. It has 2-second transaction finality, 1,000 times lower fees. This is really kind of one of the only competitors I see to Solana in the future. And the reason why I'm very bullish on Harmony is because of a few things. Number one, we have Sushi Swap. Okay, Harmony One is on Sushi Swap. And anybody who's participating in these Sushi Swap pools know this has been a while. This is a great project as well. It's been a while now. It's been around for a while now. And the good news about Sushi Swap is using Harmony in Sushi Swap, you can take advantage of pretty much all the same yield farming tools that you could through the Ethereum network with Sushi Swap, only the fees are insanely cheaper. They're way, way, way cheaper than Ethereum. So if you want to wrap up your Harmony and put it into a yield farming pool, I think they call it the onsen pools on Sushi Swap. Let's take a look here. I'm just going to show what's going on with Sushi Swap. Yeah, check this out. So we have the pools. Farm. Let's type in 1 here. Here we go. WETH to 1, 60% annualized. Boom. Well, that's WETH. We don't want ETH. We want just 1. Huh. Why did they change this here? O-N-E, no. Huh. Maybe it's a different Sushi Swap for Harmony? Let me see. I had it earlier. Yeah, here we go. Oh, this is just the news. That's weird. Oh, right. Okay, so when you connect your MetaMask, that's why. Okay, so I'm not going to connect my MetaMask right now, but basically you can go through you can use your Harmony One to swap on MetaMask, Sushi Swap. You can add liquidity through the liquidity pools via MetaMask, and this is what is one of the reasons why I'm pretty bullish on Harmony is because Sushi Swap is pumping like crazy. So Harmony had a nice pump yesterday. It had a good run up, and let's just delete that for a sec here. And it had a really nice run, and I think it's going to come back to those levels. This is a very bullish chart. If we look at the daily chart on Harmony is really, really nice. Once it broke through this wedge, it's just looking good. I believe we're in an ascending corridor. Let's take it from here. Yeah, we should actually, I mean, if we break through the top here, we're definitely going to bounce up and hit 17 cents. No doubt about that. This is a layer 1 protocol. It has pretty much all the things that we need on a layer 1 protocol. It has NFTs through the DaVinci Gallery. It has swapping through Sushi Swap and liquidity pools. It has decentralized ecosystem with Mochi Swap and the Mochi Swap DEX. Right here, Harmony DEX. Yep. So we can swap coins on Mochi Swap for very minimal fees, and it's super fast. We have something called Sonic Swap as well, which also has liquidity pools and token swaps. So you can pretty much swap out your Harmony One for even BNB. I mean, you can swap it out for whatever. So a lot of folks actually, in order to get BNB, if you can't get Binance, you can actually use Harmony One to get it via Sonic Swap. I don't know if you can do this on Mochi Swap for BNB. Yes, you can. BSC BNB. So that's good to know. And so instead of paying for ETH and then swapping ETH into BNB, if you don't have Binance to buy BNB directly, it's way cheaper, guys, to just buy Harmony One and swap that into BNB if you need BNB. So that's a cool tip. But yeah, other than that, I mean, Harmony One is pretty much the next layer one solution that I'm looking at to have a pretty nice run up here. Because every time we see Harmony pump, a couple days later we see Sushi Swap pump, and then a couple days later we see Harmony pump because people are moving their tokens from Harmony into Sushi Swap, and then once they get the yield that they want, they move it back from Sushi Swap back into Harmony. So it's a really beautiful ecosystem that is created whenever that happens. And so keep an eye always. If you see Harmony pumping, you know the next day Sushi's going to pump. Let's take a look. Yep, just like clockwork. And I charted out, actually, yeah, this is the Head and Shoulders pattern. It didn't quite play out as I expected. But the buy zone, I put at about 10. I'd move that up here. I would buy Sushi at 11, 11.15, 11 to 11.50. Probably sell it up here at $14, maybe 13.88, something like that. Yeah, and then you come back to Harmony. So in the next couple days, like I said, we've seen Solana pump. And I mentioned before, we're not going to see Solana slow down. This coin is not slowing down. 115 is the resistance. We broke past that briefly, broke past it again. Now, third time's a charm. We break past this one more time, it's not coming back below 115. Few reasons for that. One is the institutional investment. There was the ignition protocol that happened, the ignition event that happened, which people were saying it's going to be a burn. I was skeptical that it was going to be a burn, and I said that even if it was a burn, it wouldn't affect the price that much because they're not going to burn circulating tokens anyway. So I don't know what the big deal about a burn was. But it turned out to be actually a really bullish thing, a Kickstarter. It was a Kickstarter for new projects called a hackathon, where they get a bunch of developers in, they incentivize developers to develop new ideas, new platforms, they call it DApps, decentralized apps, for Solana, on the Solana ecosystem. So they incentivize developers to do that by giving them rewards. And so that's what was announced. And it's a decent reward program. I mean, I think that there's going to be a lot involved in it. It's actually, they're making an event out of it. They're having speakers, and they're having judges and official, probably streams and things like that, I would imagine. So I'll keep you guys posted on what goes on with that, because that's exciting news in the space. I think Solana is one of those projects that's really going to break out of nowhere. And I think it's going to really come up strong. Hang on one sec. And like I mentioned before, it could even get as high of a market cap as Ethereum. I mean, this is something I am seeing. So Chloe says, thoughts on the ETH pump, please. So I gave a few thoughts earlier about why the ETH is pumping. The bottom line in the summary, the TLDR, is there's not enough tokens, or there's not enough ETH coins on the markets right now. And because of that, any buy orders, which, believe me, there's always interest to buy Ethereum because people are buying NFTs, any interest or any market orders is going to pump the price like crazy because there's not a whole lot of people selling. So that's what's going on with ETH. Where's ETH going to go? People say it's going to go to $20,000. I wish it did. You know, I don't know if it will. I think that ETH will probably continue going up. I think we'll see a little bit of a correction, and I think it's going to come back up. Maybe touch 4,000, come back down, 3,500, maybe 3,200 at the bottom. I see the floor of ETH as 3,200 for the time being. I've always said ETH at 3,150 makes sense. And the reason why is because that's what makes it profitable for the miners. And miners right now are not in profit so much at 3,150. So they need to push that price up to about 4,000. A little bit sub 4,000 is totally reasonable. That's where the miners start making money, start breaking even in any environment, in any whatever the graphics cards cost. If the graphics cards are like $2,000 to $3,000 and the electricity cost is the highest in the nation, you can still make money as long as Ethereum is around $4,000. So this is definitely one of the reasons. We have to keep in mind, guys, the miners actually have a lot of power when it comes to the pricing of Ethereum because they're the ones that are creating the new Ethereum. They're the ones that have the supply. So who has the new supply? The people that have the new supply are the people that have control of the market. Because the people with the existing supplies, they're either whales that are holding, or they're staking, or they're putting it in NFTs, or they're doing something with it. They're not just sitting on it. It's not sitting on the exchanges. We know that. We know that for a fact because that's what the numbers are telling us. The amount of Ethereum on exchanges is at an all-time low. So we know for a fact that the whales are not holding their money on exchanges. They're putting them in cold storage. They're holding it. They're not selling. So who's selling? The miners are selling. So the miners control the price. If the miners don't sell, the price goes up. If the miners do sell, the price goes down. So that's what we saw so much manipulation with Bitcoin. Guys, the manipulation, all this happened with Bitcoin. Okay, on May 10th, May 11th, May 12th. This all happened, this massive dumping happened because of the miners. People don't talk about that, but it's true. You know what? It's the miners taking profits because China, remember, banned mining. So all the miners are, oh my gosh, what are we going to do with our money? We have to close up shop. We have to go somewhere else. We have to sell our coins to pay for our expenses, to move all this stuff to a new location. It's not cheap. It costs $1 million or more, $2 million to retrofit a warehouse to house these mining units and to keep them cool. So every single day, they're taking profits. They're dumping. They're dumping just enough so that the whole market doesn't collapse, but just enough to take profits, and it's definitely coordinated dumping. That's all this was all miners dumping every single day. Every single day. And then they wait for people to buy it up, and then they dump again. They wait for it to buy it up, dump it again. Like clockwork. That's what happens. So don't underestimate the power of the miners, guys. The miners have a lot of power over the price of the coin. Chloe also says, DOT, buy or pass. Ooh. DOT's going to $40. That's guaranteed. That's what we call the Oklahoma guarantee, folks. DOT is going up to $40, 23%. When is it going to $40? Well, it went up a little bit too fast yesterday and today, so we are due for a correction. If I chart DOT right now, it did break up out of this wedge. It's still on a very strong ascending bullish trend. It's above the 200-day moving average on the daily. By how much? Let's see. Yeah, by 18%. I would expect that to correct down probably to 6%. If you want to pick up DOT, I would look to pick it up probably at the top of this wick right here, $29.30, just under $30. Would be a nice entry for DOT because it's definitely coming up. Now there is a little bit of hype going on for DOT right now because of the Kusama parachain hype and the announcement that perhaps Polkadot is also going to do the parachains. If you guys want to know what parachains are, I have a video on that down below. I did a video on Kusama talking about their parachain auctions, and it goes into detail about what parachains are and how that works. And there's a lot of money to be had, by the way, if you mess around with Kusama and the parachains, because every time they have a slot, it's called a slot auction, and every time they have a slot auction for Kusama, the price of Kusama has to go up because people have to buy it. Developers have to buy it, actually, and the community has to buy it so that they can stake their money with the developer that they have, that they're going for, that they're rooting for to win the slot. And any developer that wins a slot on the parachain network for Kusama, which is the test net for Polkadot, they have a very big opportunity to create something amazing. So those slots are very valuable, and it shows with the amount of Kusama that is put into those slots. It shows. So Polkadot is such a cool network. I mean, it's really awesome. I really like Polkadot. I think it's one of the standout blockchains. It's not even really a blockchain. It's kind of like a layer 0. It's a parachain. It's a multi-layer blockchain. It's just so cool. It's a very deep program. It's something that people should look into. It's an awesome project. So I think that's all I want to talk about. Sonic Swap, Mochi Swap, NFTs on Harmony, DaVinci, and keep an eye out for Sushi Swap, and just keep in mind that Sushi Swap and Harmony One kind of do work in tandem with each other. So if you see a pump on Harmony One, right, and nothing's really going on with Sushi Swap, like let's say Harmony One runs up 20% like it did 2 days ago, but Sushi Swap is down 1% or it's up 3%. Well, keep an eye, because for sure the next day or the next few hours, Sushi Swap is going to follow what Harmony One did. Now, all this is, of course, not financial advice. This is just educational. This is for entertainment purposes only. And do with that information what you will. Do your own research, of course. But do keep that in mind. We can recognize patterns. We have the ability here on CryptoQuest to recognize the patterns in the market, and we are happy to inform whoever is interested in what those patterns are. Now, it looks like Adam is really coming up here. So this is something else. Oh, that's a giant cup and handle, guys. Okay, this is a cup and handle formation. This is a pattern. Speaking of pattern recognition, this is a pattern for charting. On the daily, this is cup and handle. This is a very bullish sign, okay? This means that this is the cup and this is the little handle for the teacup. Now, when it completes the top of the handle for the teacup, it will almost always run back up to a previous point of resistance. And it looks like Adam has resistance at both $27 and $30. So don't be surprised if Adam in the next, 4 hours, 8 hours, goes up another 8%, possibly 19%. Just from a charting perspective, that's the kind of stuff you have to keep an eye on. So Adam's looking good, running through the markets really quick. Omi's looking good. Rose is looking okay. Sand is up and down. This is a crazy coin. Boson protocol. Oh, nice. Good opportunity for Boson right now. Boson is an NFT protocol. These guys are going to make NFTs out of designer clothes, designer bags, shoes, Nike shoes. They want to package every retail item with an NFT. Really cool. Great project. The people behind it are absolutely brilliant. So something to keep in mind. Yeah, okay. So I think that's about it for today, guys. I hope you enjoyed the stream. I love talking about Harmony One. It's one of my favorite projects. It does everything. It is a multi-solution for just about anything you can imagine. And it's running up already 3% today. Is that true? Let's see. No. Sometimes CoinMarketCap lags a little bit. But yeah, we are bouncing around in this corridor. I wouldn't be surprised if we retest 10 cents. And if we do, it's probably going to break out. Cup and handle, not so much. Too many handles for a cup, right? No patterns I can easily recognize on this. But it's a great project, so it's something to look into. And yeah, guys, I appreciate your time here. And I'll talk to you next time. Until next time, keep your portfolio strong and your hands stronger.